Hello everyone, we're going to have a little bit of fun with some Brusho and mixed media. Brusho sort of has a mind of its own and it's quite explosive, so it's just great to mess around with this. Now I'm going to put on some masking fluid because Brusho does go a bit mad, and by doing this we can keep some of the areas white. We might need to soften them later, but it will keep the paper white, which will leave for more impact. Let's just put that along the edge of those wings. I'm just using an applicator, it's sort of a spongy foam thing. That way I can peel off the masking fluid and not wreck any brushes. I'm just sort of squinting and looking for light shapes. Let's put in some of the flowers too. Not all of them, but that will help me to see when the inks go on where they actually are. I don't want to overdo this masking fluid, which we could quite easily do, but you can always do a little bit more sprinkling. I think that will be enough, so now I've got to let that dry completely. So we'll give it half an hour to dry. Right, I'm just going to wet a little bit of this fairy's face with some clear water, because we're going to have different effects that are going to happen. And we'll do a little bit down here, I think. I'm just going inside the wings. Maybe here. This fairy was actually a statue that was on a wall in Monte Carlo. And it's amazing the inspiration you can find from sort of quite strange things. Just a little bit here and there, because I quite like the random effect that we get with sprinkling. Right, now I'm going to sprinkle some Brusho dye. Now we've got a turquoise and a violet. Now what I do is I just make a hole with a knife in the top. Now if you live somewhere damp, you probably need to cover these with some tin foil or cling film or something so that they don't get damp. But that is just about the right amount of sprinkles. Now let's put some purple coming through, or violet. Now usually if you can see them, you've put too much. Put a little bit up there. And now I'm going to go for some turquoises. I don't want to overdo it because I can always add to it. And now, with this spray, we're just going to spray some. Can you see the magic happening? I think I need a little bit more up here. Maybe a little bit more along the bottom. And I think a bit in here too. hopefully I've not been too heavy-handed. Let's just... and a little bit through the middle. Now what we've got to do is just leave that to do its own thing. Right, this is all about the different effects that we can get, and I'm going to use a Brusho acrylic shimmer spray. And I'm just going to put some tissue over that because there's places that I don't want it to go, and this will just give us another slightly different effect. Just clean that up a little bit. I don't mind those blobs, they'll be fine. Shake it really well. Maybe a little bit more mauve here. Okay, and now we'll leave that to dry. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to take out the masking fluid that I put on, just using a mask away. Those edges have worked quite well. This time I actually managed to keep some of the bits white. Normally I can be quite heavy-handed, so it does protect it if you are. There we go, that's all of that out. Right, next I'm going to use a bamboo pen and some Quink ink. It can be blue, it can be black, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to outline the fairy by dipping the bamboo pen into the Quink ink. So this just takes a little bit of time. Now I tend to use the end that doesn't have a hole in it. As you can see, that one has a hole, but I don't see the advantage of that, so I use the other end. It makes it a little easier. But that's there. And this really just takes time. What I'm going to do with that, because there's a little bit of a very dark shadow, I'm just going to pull some of that over with my brush. There's a little bit of shadow there, and right, I just want a hint of tone there. And just carefully work your way through everything that you can see. Shall we do? Ooh, wrong one. Oh, let's do this. And maybe just a little outline here and there. She's sort of emerging, isn't she, from this dye? That's right up to her shoulder there. Sort of the edge of the wing. Alright, whilst I'm working that, I think let's just get some clear water again. We'll just pull out some of that there. And dab off some of that. It's quite delicate. And dip into there again, and some of these little squiggles. Oh, just fill in those flowers. I think it's amazing when you travel, the things that you find to paint that you never would have dreamt of. I mean, she's quite a sort of grey statue. I think she was on the casino wall. Oh, those are ivy leaves. There's quite a lot of those ivy leaves. Easy thing. Something I'm not even sure, I think it might be a rose, but we're just fill in that space. That's really what we're doing. All this takes a little bit of time, and we've got to be careful where we put our hands. I love all the different shapes that are coming through here. Oh, she's so elegant. Let's try and just draw that hand or that thumb sort of there. Oh, she's got a petal in her hand. That's again a rose. Just to okay, now that's come down the arm, so I'm starting to see where things are. Don't really need to put that one in ink because that's showing up nicely. Let's just line that, and then with some clear water again, just darken that a little bit. got some pearls on here, and they're sort of all over the place. They're quite nice, just little circles. Some more coming down here. There's a bit of a flower thing going on there. I'm just going to wet some of this. That will give that shape. Okay, we'll just leave that to dry because I'm frightened of putting my hand in something that's inky, and then we'll carry on in a little while.